Hi, everybody. Welcome to the YS Idea Lab. My name is Josh with DownloadYouthMinistry.com, and with me tonight is Mark Burnett. Mark, how are you?
I'm doing great and so happy to be here. This is like MTV for churches.
It is. This is incredible. We're just walking out of our general session right now, where you talked about a brand new feature film that's coming this spring to movie theaters. Is that right?
Yeah, it's called Son of God, and it's about 2 hours long. It's a major feature film, released in thousands of theaters, and it's really cool.
Amazing. Well, we're honored to have you here. We're excited to have you here. Obviously, the crowd is excited. It had a great reception to the trailer that you played this evening. Now, you've done everything in Hollywood. You've done, Survivor, The Celebrity Apprentice, my favorite, Shark Tank, The Voice, so much more, almost 100 Emmy nominations, all of that. What are you most proud of in all of the work that you've done?
No question. This movie, Son of God, we're very Christian. It spreads the word of Christ, but done in a very secular movie, real way. It's not like some cheap Christian movie. This is like the real thing, and I think it can really change lives. It's been the most important thing of our careers. I mean, we have great fun making the movie awards and The Voice, Shark Tank, Survivor. That's a great fun business, but the serious part of our lives is the Bible, 100 million viewers, and our Son of God. And we're going to go on. We intend in the next couple of years to make a movie on Paul.
Really? That's fantastic. Had no idea about that. Now, obviously, you're talking about the Jesus narrative, the story, the life of Christ. What did you choose to include? Obviously, a lot of things you could have included. What did you choose to include and why? And what did you maybe leave out of the story of the life of Christ?
We left out tons. There's no way in 2 hours to get all the Gospels. But it starts with a very clear message, making a clear statement of who Jesus is, which is God on earth. It starts with a message from John, which is saying, in the beginning the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So we're showing that Jesus is God on earth. We're showing that when God came to Abraham, he could have only come in one physical body, the body of Jesus. God couldn't show up in some other human body. When God spoke in the burning bush, it was Jesus' voice speaking to Moses. And so it makes that statement. It goes on quickly through Nativity, when the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. And then the miracles, and obviously the disciples, a bunch of young, cool guys, fishermen, they didn't really know who Jesus was. He was some charismatic dude. They were just following along until they suddenly realized who this really was. It's the Son of God. And then they go into Jerusalem and they're really scared. They're walking into jaws of death. The Romans were crucifying 500 Jews a day. Imagine being a disciple following Jesus, Jerusalem, how scary that would be, and the temple authorities. Through the crucifixion, and we spend a lot of time at the end on the resurrection, the ascension, the Great Commission, and then on to Patmos and end at Revelation.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, the Bible miniseries, obviously epically successful, and one of the achievements of your incredible career. Did you use the same actors from the disciples and the actor that portrayed Jesus? Are they going to be familiar faces now to us in the Son of God?
Absolutely familiar faces. Diogo Morgado, who's Hispanic, played Jesus. He's a beautiful Jesus. My wife, Roma Downey, as Mary. And it's just extra footage and re-edited. But it's incredible to see the story of Jesus on this giant screen with 5.1 surround sound in community. It's the spirits in the room. It just is an epic experience. It is the most important part of our career. Absolutely. I mean, we're going to keep obviously making The Voice. I've got to keep CeeLo green. I have to keep CeeLo and Adam in. By the way, tonight I am wearing a pair of shoes that I stole from Adam on Monday. These are Adam Levine's shoes. And I stole this sweater. This is Adam Levine's sweater that I stole Monday from his dressing room. And that's the truth. He saw me on Tuesday and said, I want my shoes back.
I love it. So you actually get wardrobe from the people on The Voice. I love that.
Yeah, Adam hates me hanging around his wardrobe because they were the same size. Now, Blake is no good to me, right? Blake's way too big But actually, Blake is in Nashville tonight.
Really? He's here?
He's performing in a George Jones tribute.
That's great.
I'm sure Blake thinks I'm here to check up on him.
Exactly.
Tell him get back to work.
Very good. Let me ask you two more questions. One, just tell us about your personal faith. Tell us about your walk with Jesus. Tell us not just about the films, not just the things that you've done on the screen. Tell us a little bit about what God's done in your heart personally as his follower.
Well, I grew up with a mother, Scottish Presbyterian mum, very strict, and a Scottish Catholic dad. Now, I grew up in Church of England. That's the Protestant church, the first Protestant church. But in the Church of England, it's very similar to Catholic tradition. You take the sacrament of the bread and wine every Sunday, the Lord's Prayer every Sunday. The priest walks down the middle with Jesus on the cross. So I didn't know there was a difference between Catholic and Protestant growing up. They both churches were the same. But I grew up believing that the message of God was a threatening message. That it was about don't make a mistake or a lightning bolt's going to hit you. I would say in the last 5 years, though, in working on the Bible as a grand story and Son of God, I've realized it's a love story. It's the story of God's love for all of us. And it's really changed my understanding and feeling. And I think seeing the big story as one picture is really important. It's hard to feel that every week with a different piece of scripture and a little piece of the message. And so I've really had a change myself. I've never even had my life without the Bible. I remember being like 11 years of age and reading the Bible cover to cover 3 times, but because I felt I was going to die if I didn't read it. It was that message of fear that what could happen to you if you step outside God, which is not healthy. What's healthy is the love story of God. I bet you there's tons of kids around the world are feeling threatened. And it'd be great to make them shift into understanding the love story.
That's beautiful.
And not wait until you're in your 40s like I had the experience.
Exactly. Well, tell us now, obviously the reaction here was incredible to the trailer. We're all very excited about The Son of God coming to theaters this February or March, is it now?
And by the way, that was a music video from great guys we know for King and Country. On Tuesday will be the first time the actual trailer is ever seen. And I've agreed I agreed with Mark tonight that Mark will get that trailer out to everybody who was here.
All right, very good.
On Tuesday, and it'll be the first day the actual movie trailer has ever been seen by anybody. Will be Tuesday.
Very cool. Now, if people here are getting excited about it, they want to spread the word, how can we get involved to help people? Obviously, we're going to invite our friends and go to the movie ourselves. Are there other ways for youth workers? You know, we're in charge of lots of youth ministries all across the country. How can we get involved to support the film?
You know, you guys are experts in social media, and we're playing against movies with massive, massive marketing budgets that we don't have. We can't compete with Hunger Games and Thor in that way, but we do have a large community. So use social media. It's sonofgodmovie.com. And most importantly, Roma and I made this movie for you to use it in ministry. This movie, in a 2-hour period, can really move someone's spirit. And so we just want you to use us. I mean, Rick Warren said to me 5 years ago when we started this project, he said the most dangerous prayer you'll ever pray will be, God, please use me, because he will. And look at us. He totally used us. And all those people who said nobody's going to watch the Bible on primetime TV was so wrong. 100 million Americans watched it. In Australia, where they said nobody would watch it because it's a secular country, 10 million Australians, which was half the nation. And this week in Hong Kong, the Bible is #1 this week in Hong Kong. The word is spreading.
Amen. It's wonderful.
It's spreading.
Mark, I just want to say on behalf of youth workers and honestly on behalf of my faith, thank you for portraying this. Thank you for spreading the message of the gospel of Jesus. Thank you for sharing your time with us today. It is a pleasure having you here. God bless.
Thank you for allowing me to be here. And it's also, you know what, we're a big tribe. And it's good for you to know that people like me and Roma who make all these shows like The Voice and the MTV Movie Awards, we're part of the same tribe. And there's lots of Christians, like best friends of ours, LL Cool J is a total man of God, total Christian. CeeLo Green grew up in the church. CeeLo Green is Christian. We have so many friends that we hang out with that you wouldn't realize. In Hollywood, Hollywood is not a godless place. It's just some people are not as noisy as me. I'm a really in-your-face kind of Christian, so I'm always telling people. But you should know that in New York City, we were recently at the Time 100 Awards, which is honoring Christina Aguilera, on the red carpet with Ricky Gervais. And the bleachers, thousands of people were yelling, and I thought they were saying, Ricky, Ricky, to Ricky Gervais. He said, dude, they're not saying that. Listen more closely. About 1,000 people were yelling, the Bible, you made the Bible. And that was in New York City. And Ricky said, can you believe this? We're in New York, and they're yelling the Bible. And this shows you Christians are everywhere. It's not just in the South or the Bible Belt. Christians are everywhere. And we just need to be more unified and a bit noisier. I don't think we stand as a proud tribe enough. We are the mightiest tribe in the world, the wealthiest tribe if you combine all of us in the world, and the most political clout in the world. And I think we could use being a little noisier and more confident to stand up publicly. And I want to lead the way in Hollywood in that. And nobody's shouting me down, trust me. No one's saying a word to us, but okay, cool, you're a Christian. And I hope other Christians get more emboldened and that you encourage that. So God bless you. Thank you for listening. I'm sure you've had a long day.
It's been Mark Burnett. This is the YS Idea Lab. Go make some noise for Jesus. Bye-bye.